Well, this is about the only indication of how you can enter the Bisti Badlands. Now, I believe there's more than one entrance point, but it's at this point where you can hike to the different places of interest. And this is right off of Road 371, just south of mile marker 71. So let's head on in and see if we can find all the fun stuff that's here. Well, I'm here at the Bisti Badlands trailhead. And right here is a pit toilet. And the only reason why I'm showing you this is because you come inside here, standard pit toilet, but there is no toilet paper. So FYI, you've been warned and you know what to do. Okay, I have my backpack with camera equipment, food and water, compass and a whistle. My phone has a GPS app, and I also have this map that I got off the internet. What's good about this map is it has GPS coordinates of where these different locations are, because there are no trail signs, nothing to guide you through here. I had one reference that said just follow the wash. Well, I don't think that's going to be very helpful. So I'm about to take off. We will see how far I get without getting lost. Wilderness boundary behind this sign. We have this gate here. The parking area is right behind me where the pit toilet is. So here we go. Into the Bisti we go. My primary objective today is the wings. And hopefully we will find them and then be able to visit a few of the other sites. And this is November 5th, 2024. With it being November, it's pretty cold here right now. I had frost on my car window when I got up this morning. And if you guys are paying attention, November 5th, 2024 is the election day. It's going to be Trump or Harris. God help us all. Well, as I continue on, you can see signs of this being a great wash, a very wide wash. And I'm wondering if this is what they mean by follow the wash. My GPS is pretty much having me follow this. I can see some interesting rock formations in the distance. But as I get closer here, you probably can't see it in the video, but there's a fence here, so. But some of these, there's little riverbeds and washes through here. Some of them have a little bit of water, and they have a layer of ice on them, so it's a little nippy out here right now. And right here, the fence is down, so I can just cross right through here. This is rather interesting. This appears to be man-made, some kind of water irrigation. Yeah, and there's a, looks like we had made a little cattle pond at one time. I don't know if you can see this, but that is a layer of ice right here. Oh, my GPS is telling me that I need to cross to the other side of this big mud hole. I can't tell if this is a stream or just a low depression. But I do not want to get my feet wet, not on a cold day like this. So it's as you get closer into the water here, you start to sink into the mud. Okay, looks like I'll be able to cross over here. But for the life of me, I don't know how people have gone in here. The different things I found on the internet, they make it sound like, oh, you just run right in and everything is right there. But when there are no trails, it's a little challenging, especially with a landscape that's fairly flat, and then you got these badlands where you can't see beyond. So I'm gonna put the video camera away and go back to my GPS and try to head into the right direction here. Well, according to the GPS, I'm getting fairly close. So you can see I'm in pretty much with the Badlands itself, and you can get lost and twisted around in here because you can't really see a whole lot. But there are some very interesting formations in here. So even if I don't find what I'm looking for, this can be a lot of fun in here. Well, that last spot that I thought was the wings was not it. And then I lost my signal, so I had to climb up to a high point. So I've been bushwhacking my way through, and according to the GPS, I should be close to where I'm going. And then I find this here. This appears to be a petrified log. And then over here, looks like bits of it. So as I'm essentially bushwhacking my way through here, and I'm thinking it would probably be a good idea to have designated trails, and you are required to stay on the trails, because as I bushwhack through here, I'm disturbing the geology, and that's really not a good thing. So hopefully I will be finding my wings shortly here, and then I can have fun doing photography. How about this? Looks like I landed on the moon. some foreign planet anyway. Still making my way to the wings. I'm beginning to have my doubts about my GPS app. We will find out soon enough. This is just a fantastic landscape here. Even if you come here and don't even find the main attractions that people post on the internet, it's just fun to wander around in here. Okay, my GPS app is working. There are the 3 wings. I've been wanting to photograph them for a number of years now, and I am finally here. So let's get to work. Get the camera out. Just wanted to show you guys this little pathway up to the wings. In some ways, it's kind of a bad thing. Probably don't want people climbing all over this. But at the same time, I'm going to go up there also. But what's really nice is the wings are still there. After a number of years of people coming out here, you would just think someone would just have to climb on top or break it off, throw rocks at it, whatever. So it's great that people are still respecting the land and the landscape. Now, if you look down here, look right here, I'm going to bet that was the foundation for this wing. So I don't know I have no idea when this stone arrived at this location. I guess you'd have to find someone who really knows their history of this site in the Bisti Badlands. Now this wing, this is the smallest of them all, but I'm going to venture that it doesn't have long to live, considering what's left of the base here. Time will tell. My next stop that I'm looking for is going to be the manta ray formation. And this should give you an idea of what some of the terrain looks like. That almost looks like a manta ray by itself. But I should be fairly close. I'm walking into the sun, so I don't know how the video is going to turn out for this segment. It looks like we've come to a dead end here. I'll have to figure out the best way to navigate through here. But there are some more rock formations. I think I'm going to just do some photography, get my bearings, and go from there. So what do you think? Almost seems to me that this spot here, they should call this the School of Fish. Kind of looks like we got some fish swimming along here. So everywhere you turn in here, there's something. So even if you come here without a GPS or the ability to figure out where to find some of these sites are, you're gonna have fun either way. There's all kinds of stuff to look at here. I am working my way to the manta ray formation, and I'm just doing a panoramic of where I came from. This is behind me. Just giving you an idea of what this is like out here. Well, my GPS says I'm at the location for the manta ray formation, and I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. It's a really cool landscape, but I'm not seeing what I think I should see. But then I look here, you have this rock on top of another. That almost looks like it's real, but here, this looks like some people put rocks on top of the other rocks. And especially when you look at the top rock, how it's darker color on top, but you can see it's a lighter color on the bottom. So someone picked that up and put it on there. And you really shouldn't mess with anything. It's bad enough walking through here. The ground is very fragile. It's more mud than rock. So every step you take, you're disturbing the landscape here. So leave everything as you found it. Do not alter it in any way. Leave it for the people behind you. So I'm going to get my bearings and see if I somehow miscalculated where this is at. Otherwise, I will punch in where I want to go next and go from there. Well, according to my map and GPS, this is the Bisti Badlands Rock Garden. Just makes you curious You know, it's not exactly the most stunning landscape you will ever see, but it is very curious. You just have to sit and wonder how something like this was formed and created. All these stones here are rounded, which implies, I would assume, some type of water interaction. But to just dump them all right here, so yeah, as you make your way around the natural world, you always keep asking yourself, what was God thinking when he did this? Well, according to my information, I'm supposed to be at the location for the Bisti Arch. And I'm not seeing anything that makes sense in terms of an arch. I'll have to look this one up on the internet, see if I went wrong somewhere. Doesn't really matter. This is still a cool spot to look at. So I'm going to go to one more location, which is the egg hatchery. Hopefully my information is correct for that. And then I'm going to call it a day. Well, here we are at the egg hatchery, or cracked eggs. And yeah, they do look like cracked eggs in some ways. So what is the unique geology of this spot to make this happen, but nowhere else in the world? Now, I'm sure there are places that come close, maybe places that are even more spectacular, but at the same time, this is a one-of-a-kind place. Here are some definitely eggs that are cracked. You can see the ripples on the stone, showing how the water has carved into these over time. But these blobs of hard clay or stone, whatever you want to call them, lots of hoodoos around here. But this mud is so fragile, a lot of these probably won't last very long. So there you have it. The egg hatchery. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to eat my lunch and head on back to the car and call it a day. I accomplished what I wanted to do here. This is not a video that shows you everything and how to and everything, but my camera just takes me where I want to go, and I appreciate those of you who follow the journey. And I try to show you what there is to see. A lot of the other YouTubes, you don't want to see my face talking. You want to see these places, right? Maybe you're planning a trip someday. Maybe you're on the other side of the world. You can't come here. Or it's just a physical impossibility. So I find things that I want to photograph. I head on out. And I'm always wondering where my camera will take me next. Here are some of the photographs I took. I don't think they're that great, but I enjoyed the outing. It probably would have been better had I come in the evening during the golden hour, but it is what it is. Okay, some things you need to know if you're going to go hiking in the Bisti Badlands. Make sure to bring plenty of water. I was here in early November and it was cold, but I had been hiking for hours and I actually ran out of water. I would have been hurting if it were during the warmer months. There are no trails here. I'll put a link in the description where you can find the map I used. On it are GPS coordinates of the various sites within the area. Hopefully the link will be good going forward. You'll never know when the internet will change. Many parts of the Bisti does not have a signal unless you climb to a high point. My GPS app worked fine off of satellites, but if you needed to access the internet for more details, you had to climb up high. You may want to bring a compass just in case you need to find your way back if you can't get a signal to navigate. However, if you climb to a high point, you should be able to determine roughly where you're at and where you will need to go. And as mentioned already, the pit toilet at the parking lot may be out of toilet paper, so bring your own. And of course, thanks for watching, and I hope you will like and subscribe to see where the next place my camera will take me.